Hello and welcome to the River City Girls 2 Henchmen tier list video. This topic will be about the hired henchmen that you can hire at the cost of some
money.
I am rating each henchman based on their combo extending ability in any situation and ease of use, meaning it doesn't take too much time to learn or master, much like the top 10's recruits video. With that said, let's start out with Paul. Paul is unique from the rest of the hired henchmen as he punches the enemy back to you. Sometimes he punches the enemy forward, but that is rare. The attack that Paul does is so fast that it is difficult to extend combos off of his attacks. The easiest move to help land Paul's hit is every character's final normal attack chain, as that has a low knockup and you can call in Paul during the normal attack chain as he has a long startup before his attack. Though it's easier to use Linda over him if you want to bring enemies back to you, unless you want to utilize him for his unlimited wall bounces. Due to the lack of consistency and time it takes to learn his timing, he will be a C tier. It's Abobo time! I really wanted to give him an A for Abobo. His body slam flattens the enemies and does not help with combo extending at all. He can hit enemies in midair, but the knockup is more like putting the enemy in a slight delay in midair, thinking about their life choices. He does not provide much even though his timing is easy to get down, so he will be ranked D tier. Next up, Wes. Having an electric attack puts him up quite high as hitting it makes the enemy pause in midair for some time, making it easy to follow up with just about any move. His electric attack can electrocute enemies at the startup. If the enemy gets hit by the startup, it's possible to also get hit by the spinning electric attack in midair as well during a normal attack chain and cancelling into up heavy. I would have said every character's up heavy is an easy move for West to extend your combo from, but a Double Dragon update handicapped Kunio for some unknown reason. His biggest downside is his mid-air assist hitbox does not last as long as his attack animation does, sadly. This puts him in A tier. Going on to Chris. She has one of the most unique attacks in the game with a wave that continually bounces the enemies in midair while moving them forward. Her attack is about the same distance as a side heavy knockback, giving enough time to follow up with a running attack. She does up to 4 hits if she hits her initial head attack on the enemy standing on the ground. Otherwise, it's 1 to 3 hits depending on how far the enemy got hit by Chris's attack. Her timing might feel weird as she has an expanding hitbox, but it's not the worst to get the timing down, so she will be an A tier. Next up, Beserker. He is quite versatile, where you can utilize his uppercut portion of his attack to stop whatever direction the enemy are sent flying in, and pushes the enemy straight up. Or the small fireball portion of his attack sometimes hits them backwards or forwards, and is easy to catch if you're expecting it and already running to catch them like Chris. His uppercut portion gives plenty of time to follow up, though the timing to catch can be difficult to get down. With that said, he is going to be an A tier. Next up, Noize. While she is the most unique of the hired henchmen with the ability to heal, making her one of the best on a tier list that does not involve combo extending. On the topic of this video though, she doesn't hurt the enemy, so down she goes. Going on to Hibari. Knocks the enemy straight up. She is great for extending combos when doing most running moves. Her attack is just about the same as every playable character's down heavy. A knockup that is quick and doesn't take the enemy out of sight. Her downside is getting called out at the same exact location she was called at. This makes it harder for her to extend forward knockback moves as her range is quite low. For that, she will be a B tier. Moving on to Alex and Ryan, who are practically the same, with up to 3 hits each with a low knock-up, short duration, small hitbox, and a really long startup time. These two are best at helping extend a combo when doing low knock-up moves like Ricky's running heavy, or every character's final normal attack chain. With that in mind, they will be a C tier. Next up, Kebako. She is random with her 3 different attacks, but her green potion she shoots out is the only move from every hired henchman that can knock up an enemy that is laying on the ground. With a difficult timing to learn, she only has one move most consistent for combo extension, and with all of that in mind, she will be a D tier. And next up, Jam, who has a fast and large moving hitbox that can catch just about any move any playable character can do. Her timing is extremely easy to learn as well, as it's usually after you knock the enemy off of their feet. One of her downsides is catching the enemy she launches, especially when doing a long end lag move like Kunio Crater. Another downside is to catch the enemy hit by Jam, as you will have to do a running move or a running jump aerial. With all of that said, once you know that you have to run to be able to combo extend off of Jam, she easily becomes an S tier. And lastly, Sol Badguy. He comes out in front of the playable character a little too much, making him a lot worse than he should be. Even though his hitbox is massive, he requires high and far knockup moves to be able to catch the enemy, which leads to his downside of not having enough moves in the game that fits the criteria where it's possible to follow up without a wall, with the exception of up heavy and a liftoff attack. Even though his attack is very consistent and easy to land, he will be a B tier. And that's it for this video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let us know in the comments below if you agree with this tier list, what will you change, and thanks for watching.